Well, here we are once again in our mobile home bathroom, and last time we did this really cool accent wall using wood flooring for an accent wall. And it came out beautiful, but I'll tell you what happened. We were in the zone. We were working hard and we were trying to get perfection, and it came out really good. I'm happy with it. But when we sat down and were watching our video clips, making the last video for you guys, I saw something I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but I made a huge mistake in this bathroom. Major mistake. And now we have to figure out what to do. Because you remember, we glued this wall with wood glue to the studs and stapled it. So this wood is solid and it's not coming off without ruining it.
And that's something we usually don't do. We usually don't use like wood glue on studs.
But here's the mistake. Right here.
Ready for the next board. You guys getting bored yet?
I covered up our flush plate area for our in-wall toilet.
It's so dumb.
I don't know how I did that. I went right over the top of it. There's supposed to be a cutout right here where you install the buttons to flush the wall mount toilet. I was in such a zone of working that I didn't even think about it.
Neither of us caught it.
We didn't catch it when we did it. When I was putting the boards over the top.
We were looking over the wall before we began, like, are we missing anything? And I saw some plates that had to go in, like the metal plates over the plumbing.
We made sure we got everything right.
But we didn't get that.
Some reason. We just skipped it. We missed it.
And this is our 4th Geberit install.
And when I was watching the video back and I was watching myself putting the boards over that
Ew.
cover right there, I thought, what did I do? Oh no.
That's so cringy.
And I said I made a huge mistake. It's bad. Here's my mistake. This was sitting next to me the whole time, and this cover is supposed to be clipped on to the toilet carrier when you install it, and I didn't do that. So this right here has little tabs, and this is kind of a mud ring cover, and it's supposed to be on there. And look, it's broken. It's not supposed to do that. So if that was on there, obviously I would have seen it and had to cut the wall around it. But because I didn't put this on, I just somehow forgot. I lost my mind. So now today, we have to figure out how to get that cut open without ruining our toilet. Because the toilet tank is a concealed tank. It's made of plastic and it's sitting right up against the wall. So we don't have any room for error here. We have to find the plate. We have to cut it out carefully and see if we can retrofit that or just make it work without it. So that's the goal. We're gonna fix our mistakes. So this is where I'm at. I looked at the specs. The instructions come with a layout and it shows all the measurements. And it says that the flush plate, it shows it at being about 26 and 3/8 inches up, centered from these bolt holes that we have down below. So I measured up and I got the center right here. So this should be the center of it. We have a pretty precise measurement mark if that's accurate. And now what I do have also is this. I do have this box that's supposed to be in there. So we know how big the opening needs to be. Take this cover off. If I could center this up, measure it, get it all, and then I can mark it, and then we'll know where that should be, and then we'll work our way out to those lines. Might be a little hard to see, but I have my lines marked out with where I think that plate is, that cover. I think I'm going to start with my circular saw, and this might seem crude, but it's actually one of the more precise tools that I have to use. Here's the wood flooring. And I can check it right here. Okay, that's too deep. So we're gonna make it a little more shallow. So technically I should be skimming right at the bottom veneer, We won't go all the way through, but we'll be almost through. So I'm gonna go ahead and skim through it. And I'm not going all the way to the outer edge, because if I'm off, I'll regret it. So let's do a cut in the middle, make sure we're generally in the right spot, and we'll see, we'll work it out slowly. Maybe I'll open the window in here for a little help. Oh yeah, it's like paper thin. I can just lightly cut through it. What's holding this? Good, good. There's the cover. So, no mistakes yet. Feeling better. Let me keep cutting this back now that I can see that we're on the right track. All right, we're gonna try the oscillating tool.
Good?
So far, it's looking good. Man, my original marks might have been really, really close.
Wow, it was perfect.
So check this out. This is perfect. Perfectly cut open. I'm very happy with this. This piece is not going to go in there. There's just no way. It's actually broken too, like you guys saw. That's not supposed to be flappy like that. But that's okay, because this really doesn't serve a huge purpose. This will work fine without it. In fact, this is more like a mud ring for drywall. So you can do plaster, drywall, anything. And you know, you're not smearing it inside your box here. So it's more of a protective cover that you can work up to. There's actually another piece that comes with the flush plate, and it's a plastic piece that goes on here and it clips into these holes and it locks down to the wall, and that's what your flush plate hooks onto. So there's a whole nother piece that'll go here and it'll seal this opening. And if we want, we could even seal these edges and you know, just make sure it's extra watertight. No water should be up here, but we can leave that out. That's okay. This is just for ease of assembly and keeping debris and mud out of this. So I think we're done. That was it. That easy. Was it easy?
Yeah.
I mean, look how filthy I got. Covered in sawdust. This stuff is terrible to cut through, but I'm glad it's done. I was feeling really sick about this when I saw myself cover this up. I was thinking, oh no, am I going to be able to open this back up? And I actually thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. Luckily, they made a really good diagram that had very precise measurements of the center of this, and that's what got us here. I was able to come up from these holes that I had down here, exactly 26 3/8, and I used this width and height from that mark out, you know, I use that as my center, and it was just about perfect. While I'm here with the saw, I'll just nip off this lip that goes up over the medicine cabinet. We'll clean that up, and then I think we are done. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, but I guess that's all. I just wanted to show you that we were able to correct our mistake that we made in the last video, and we can all move on with this project.